These are troubling times. Every day brings increased stress. Read the news, listen to the TV, and you hear more and more about the growing anti-Semitism here in the United States. Think about those fires so devastating that shut down our synagogue for a month and destroyed so many homes of congregants and community members. That shooting right in our neighborhood, not 20 minutes away. Devastating. How can we make a difference? The Caring Community Foundation was formed to be a nonprofit home for our outreach to the community, for our social action initiatives. We are committed to inspiring others, but more, we're committing to helping others and helping in real time when the immediate needs are there.
Most apartments, they supply structure fire masks. So you see the big BA, the breathing apparatus, and the big mask that they have on, but they don't supply breathing masks for when they're fighting wildland fires. I'm concerned about his health, I'm concerned about his safety. Not having those masks is a huge deal, so we need to do something. I emailed Rabbi Paul just saying, hey, I'm gonna be buying some of these masks. You may be interested in doing something, but I wanted you to have this information. Within an hour, he purchased 100. And they're $60 or $70 a pop. It was unbelievable. The very next day, he went and picked up the masks and brought them down to the Camarillo airport and supplied them to the firefighters who were there. He made sure that he got one, which I really appreciated. I think when he brought them to the airfield, he realized just how important they are.
We've been displaced since the Woolsey fire. About a quarter of the homes in our neighborhood and half the homes on our street were lost. And so that's just the physical impact of the Woolsey fire, taking us out of our home, but living in a community that, you know, we've lived there in Malibu Lake for 13 years, to have an act of nature, a force of nature, just tear through and completely destroy everything that you've ever known as familiar is really hard. The Caring Community Foundation and Congregation ORME and Rabbi Paul reached out to me, made regular phone calls to us. It made me feel comforted to know that someone was there and that someone was paying attention, because you really felt back in our little mountain community like you'd been completely forgotten and the world had come to an end. So we were the first ones, and the gift that we gave was very different from the type of support that the churches were giving, but it also met a need that was not otherwise being met.
I was one of the people who were at Borderline when the shooting occurred. I received a message from Rabbi Kipnis the next morning. I got a message from him, I got a message from Rabbi Weiss immediately, and I sat down with them Friday morning. They kept me company for a while I was processing through the shock and the trauma. They had an on-site trauma counselor who gave me some advice, and both rabbis prayed with me. That helps keep me supported and keeps me anchored as I'm trying to sort out all of the chaos and the grief and the trauma and the tragedy.
I'm hearing from our teens and our college students really during the day and night. Text messages we're getting at all times with their concern for their safety in their schools and in their community because of the rising anti-Semitism that's happening on their college campuses. Thank goodness they can turn to their clergy, their rabbis and their cantor, and know that we're there for them, not only because of how unsafe they might be feeling, but also with all of the rising pressures, academic pressures that they're under, and also just the shootings that are happening, the awful shootings in our community. And that question of safety is really coming up for them, and they have us. And quite frankly, we really, some of them are alive today because of the teen and mental health wellness work that we're doing here at ORME and the programs that we're offering them, the tools that we are giving them for a healthier future.
Happy moments and celebrations like births, bar mitzvahs, and weddings, those we do pretty good here at Congregation ORME. But when dark, difficult, or challenging times come, That's where we really shine. When you walk through the doors of our sanctuary, you are not alone. When you pick up the phone and speak with one of the rabbis or cantor, you're never alone. Why is the synagogue so important during times of darkness? We're Congregation Or Ami, and that means light of my people.
There is a light through all this darkness. The Caring Community Foundation, in partnership with Congregation Or Ami, is reaching out every day to those in need. We're helping the most vulnerable among us, even as we are always helping feed the hungry and caring for the homeless, supporting Israel and dealing with this terrible anti-Semitism. We are responding in hard times with kindness and compassion. Please support us so that when people are in need, you, your loved ones, our community, that on a moment's notice, we can respond because we have the resources to respond. Won't you please help us?
Blessed are you.